Hello and welcome to another edition of the Mills 95 Guy. Today I will be showing what's been new with the Wheelie mower. So let's get into it. So if you can't tell already, there's just some differences. Duct tape is here now because I accidentally ran this over. For a while I'd use it as a tool storage for like parts of this thing when I was trying to get the engine to run right, so I kept this off just to carry stuff, and it seemed like it was running better without it. Now it runs better with it. It's strange. There is now a muffler here. I don't know if you can tell. You can kind of see it. This piece here is a piece of drain pipe from a sink, and then I got the same hose clamp from the Briggs. See it right in there, it's the same hose clamp. I used that again. That muffler there is from the Briggs. I took that off the main horse that I have. That's the drain pipe. That's the pipe coming off the engine, the rusty one. This used to be chrome, the drain pipe, and it's starting to turn rusty and blue. Weird. That's the hose clamp from the old muffler. And that's just another hose clamp. Yeah. The engine now is mounted better. It used to have two engine bolts. They were both on this side. Then there was just one for a while. Some of my friends knew about that. It's just the one up here. The back one, from the vibrations and the fact that it got stripped out. The bolt would just fall right out as soon as you tightened it in. So that had to be retapped. Like I said in the first one when I got this engine on here, both of the bolts here had broken off both inside. Well, that's not the case anymore for one of them. We only did this back one. Or was it the front one? Might have been the front one, I don't remember now. I think it was the front one. Anyway, we drilled it out, we tapped it, and then we stuck in a bolt. I mean, 3 bolts is better than 2 or 1. 4 would be cool, but 3 is fine. 3 works for me. So that got remounted. Different carburetor than before. This carburetor here is different. I bought the right one for it, supposedly, even though it doesn't run perfectly. It's better. It doesn't need to run at full choke all the time, and it seems to run better in general. It had a solenoid on it, which is the whole reason why I didn't buy it to begin with. But I just took the parts from the other carburetor to get rid of the solenoid, and that just solved everything. I guess. Well, it didn't solve everything. It's still not running perfectly, but it runs better. Back here, let me zoom this out. Back here, the linkage there, I did change it a little bit. You can see the springs up here now. It used to be down here. It's up. It gave me more throttle to work with, because before I just didn't have full throttle. It still isn't full throttle, but it's a governed throttle, so it's not too bad. It gives me a little more. And then I did make a direct linkage with this, with the other linkage here, so I could have like full ungoverned throttle, but I didn't trust myself, so I went back. I don't want to blow up another engine. Yeah, not fun. This here I got re-supported so it doesn't slide around anymore. It fits better. I got a new gas line from here to there. Just because it was too short, it wouldn't have fit if it was connected to the gas tank back in the back. Which is another thing. The gas tank got fixed. I got a new grommet on there, so I connected up the gas line to the tank. I have it coming out here. I got a gas filter because the old one was old, crusty, dusty dinosaur, and went forward with it all the way up to the carb. So this section here is new gas line, new gas filter. This is still original, but it looks fine. The grommet's all good. It's all dandy. No leaks, as I can tell for right now, which is minty. That there is still the same thing. It's got a hole in it up here, like the plastic's missing, so things can get in. But it's always covered, so I'm not worried about it. The oil level should still be fine. Yeah, it's still full. Looking a little brown, but that's okay. I got a paper clip here now for the throttle, because I have to keep it a little bit, choke. I have to keep it a little bit choked. If it's full throttle, it kind of sputters a bit. it runs better with a little bit of choke, and that's okay. I really do need to do a rejet, but the jets are weird in this thing. It's not like a standard kind of thing, and Tecumseh being Tecumseh, they don't like their carburetors having any sort of adjustments other than just throttle adjustment. So you can't really adjust the fuel gas mixture at all. It's what it is. So it's, yeah, clapped. But it's better. It's better. The battery's still bad, like I said, so it's charging up right now. Otherwise I would have started it earlier. Trans is still bad. It's still stuck in reverse, which gives me forward, which is possibly third gear. It's just showing reverse for some reason. Yeah, so that's that. It's windy outside. I apologize for that. Might be a little windy on the footage here later. Tires are still holding air from the first time. I had to fill up one of the back ones. It got a little low. It wasn't too bad though. But for the most part, these ancient tires, probably original, are still fine. Still just dandy as they were before. Steering's still good. The piece of hair tie is still holding on the steering, which is good. That's awesome. Oh, the clutch. So the clutch on this thing now, because I broke the belt that was on here before, trying to shift it out of reverse. I got it in the first gear, and then I let out the clutch, and the motor immediately seized. Well, I mean, it stopped, and like it didn't go anywhere, and it broke a belt. So, yeah, can't get it out of reverse. Otherwise, everything kind of goes bad. And it broke the belt, so I got a belt on here. It's a little bit too small, so it'll it won't go out of gear. Let's say it'll just keep kind of moving. But if you get out and push the mower, it'll stop, which is good. But for the, I mean, you can't really do that at high speeds. You know, just, oh, I gotta stop for a stop sign. I gotta jump out quickly and stop my lawnmower. It'll probably run me over going 57 because I did some math on the gear ratios and what I can do with this. So 1-to-1, meaning I have the same gear size in the front, not gear, pulley, on the engine to the back where the trans is. Of course, there's the differential thing there for the two belts. But doing that, it'll get me 27 miles an hour in third gear at high range. So that's pretty mint. Low range will give me, I think, 3 miles an hour on low high. Maybe it's low low. I don't remember if that's first gear low low. Something like that. So it's pretty much, yeah, it was 3 miles an hour in low range first gear, and it was 7 miles an hour in high range first gear, which the high range first would have been what my third gear is now in high range, because I get about 7 or 8 in high range third gear. So 27 miles an hour, that's better. That's better for a lawnmower, but I'm thinking, what about I make it a 2-to-1, have a bigger pulley on the engine and a smaller one in the back. So I have a 6-incher on the front, a 3 in the back. That'll get me a 2-to-1 because it spins twice, or I mean spins once here for 2 ice back there. Meaning that I will go theoretically 57. I think that's what the number was. I did this math a while ago, a couple days ago. Anyway, so 57, that'll be third gear high range, and first gear low range I think was 13 miles an hour, which is, I guess, it's a little higher than you want for the torque, I guess, but that's still not bad. I mean, it's okay. And I can pulley swap the engine a lot easier than it is to pulley swap the trans, because the trans has frame in the way, and you pretty much got to drop the whole trans out of the mower in order to do anything. This, I just get a really big breaker bar and a socket, and then just wrench on it for a while because the threads are kind of bad. They're full of rust. But that's okay. So I'm thinking either I'm going to do a 1-to-1 or a 2-to or 1-to-2, 2-to-1, whatever it is, for the pulley swap. That seems better. Right now it is a 4-to-1, meaning that this spins 4 times for the trans to go once, because you got a 12 in the back and a 3 in the front. So very slow, very torquey. And you know, all my friends are like, well, if you do anything below like a 2-to-1 or a 1-to-2, it's 2-to-1, yeah, I guess it was. They said that theoretically I couldn't move without getting pushed, but I've seen so many people online just do pulley swaps with 1-to-1s, and their lawnmower does just dandy. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. 1-to-1. I'll try that first. I'll see what we get from there. And if it's still not as fast as I want, I'll make it a 1-to-2. That'll be pretty mint. the seat's mounted better. So I got bolts here, bolt there, bolt there, bolt there. They're all carriage bolts, they're held in with lock washers, meaning that they aren't going anywhere. Got a bolt here and a bolt there. So this seat is mounted very good. It is higher than I wanted it to be. It sits up pretty high. I do like that it's got the spring because there's no suspension on lawnmowers, but it does make it tippier, and that's kind of an issue for anything going fast, but I don't mind. Oh, that's right, I'm not locked in. So that's okay. I'm not really too concerned right now as it's not going fast. So let's get this guy started up here so you can hear him. Not yet. So I gotta hold the choke back. And then oh, that's impressive. Anyone wants to donate a battery to me, I'll gladly take a battery. So if you couldn't tell already, this is pretty scary. The fact that it takes off like that and doesn't stop. It's scary. But it's something I gotta live with for right now until I get the pulley swap and change pulleys and belts. It's okay, whatever. I don't drive this thing that often. But as you can see, it does work. It works pretty good. Just gotta make sure that you don't have it in gear engaged, because it's kind of scary when she just kind of takes off like that. Yeah, anyway, hope you liked this update here on the Wheelie Mower, whatever the name is gonna be. Somebody give me a name in the comments, that'd be awesome. See you next week. Like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed it. And that is what not to do.